Hi everyone, it's Sheena from For the Love of Paper, and I'm going to do a flip through of this journal that I just finished. Full disclosure, I've been having like adult craft tantrum because I was always purchasing these glue sticks. These are my favorite. I would purchase them on Amazon. It'd be like $7.99. You get a pack of 4, so I was almost out. So I bought 2, so close to $16, thinking I'm getting 8 glue sticks. They arrived with only 1 in the pack, so I spent 14, well, close, I guess $16, because they were like $7.99 for 2 glue sticks. And I'm like, okay, so what am I going to do? Because this is what I've always used. So I'm like, let me just try the Uhu, or however you pronounce that, the ones that everybody else uses. And I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and get a big box because I'm out. It's cheaper to buy bulk. And this is what I got. I got a whole box of these. And I was so salty. I have very big hands. This is like ridiculous. So I was having a little bit of a craft tantrum and didn't come over here for a few days. I did find a whole box of these from a bulk supplier, and I spent $60 to get 24 glue sticks. So that's why I'm kind of back here, because they arrived and I feel a little better. But what does one do with this? That's so small. And this is what I'm always used to. So, all right, this is the journal. I showed some of it a couple weeks ago, but we'll come back to it. It has a sari silk, just purple tie. The purple is not a commitment to the inside, it's just the outside. So this is actually a file folder that has lines on it, and I collaged the outside, did this cover. This is the back, again, some collage of old pieces, old stamps, book page. You can see there that says like handwritten 1928, which I love. Just a little embellishment. So then you open it up, you can see the inside. There's some ephemera tucked in. There's a pocket here. The digitals are Rachel at Roxy Creations, and they're double-sided. So I'm just gonna flip through this. A mix of old and new. There's a little tag here with coffee dye paper on the back, then some more pieces of ephemera here. Some of the ephemera is a mix of like vintage and new. So just flip through some old book page. I use a lot of floral book page in this one, of different types. There's some ephemera. There's some really old document, 1935. And here's more clipped ephemera, an old book page. There is some Tim Holtz in here. I think that's Edith Holden. There's some more clipped ephemera. I clipped it so you can use it in the journal. I thought that would be helpful. It kind of gives you a starting place, and you could add more things. There's more Edith Holden. Here's a tag that I made, and it's on a very old piece of like cotton paper. You can kind of see the fabric, how it tore there. So that's tucked on there. Here's some more ephemera, some old recipe. Here's another flower book page, really old ledger there. And just continuing to flip through. I love this digital by Rachel. It's actually 2 different ones, I think. The front's one kit and the back's another kit, if I'm correct. Again, here's some more ephemera. This is a book page from like a floral, the word's not coming to me. The word's not coming to me. There's some Tim Holtz. Here's some pages tucked in here. There's an old image tucked in there. Again, a mix of old and new ephemera. There's a book page. I did reinforce this with Tim Holtz tape because I was feeling it was a little delicate. This is also shiny, so I did reinforce there. There's some more book page. This is a really old document here. 1932. I think that is probably Italian or French. This is the center of the signature. Now we're going to go back through the other way. Again, I did a mix. This is Tim Holtz card there of ephemera. This is the other side of that piece that I reinforced with some washi. That's like a little cluster tucked on there. This is just paper clipped on here. It's like a, I'll show you the other side of it. But it's got different kinds of old paper, vintage paper tucked in there, coffee dye paper. Again, this is the other side of that ledger. Some of these ledgers come extremely big, so I have to tear them down. Here's a tag I made. This is the other side of that really pretty like fabric paper. There's a tag. It's coffee dyed. A little vintage lace at the top. Oh, I skipped a few pages. So I will take photos and list this one. Here's another tag. There's a big pocket here from a book page I made, and then a big tag that I made tucked in there. We're getting to the back. More clipped ephemera. And then in the back here is another pocket with a tag that I made. Today actually is June 13th. I don't know how that worked out, but that tag's in there. And again, it's a book page, so it could be used as a bookmark. And then this old Farmer's Almanac page that's from like August of who knows what year. I don't know what it's gonna say on here directly. Let me see if the cover of the one I tore it from is right here. Oh, sorry, I banged the thing. 1965, that's the page I took it from. Or I took a page from that, so that's tucked in there. And again, that's the back. And then we have this sari silk. This actually is from like a sari rug. Never used, let's be clear. It was brand new. And I tore it down to get all these different colors of pieces to use in journaling. Sometimes I use them as toppers. But yeah, just a cute little floral-esque journal. And again, I will list it in my Etsy shop before the end of the day. And it is Saturday, June 13th. Have a good day. Bye.